high-end urban winter parka. Perfect for commuters, real cold weather stuff, even some outdoorsy types of things. When you have this, you really don't need much else because it's space insulation, man. That's exactly why it's so warm and thin. They use what's called solar core, which is the world's most effective insulator. It's also the world's lightest solid known to man. It used to be reserved for NASA stuff. NASA used aerogel to capture particles from comets because it slowed things down without destroying them. So it's basically a father. It's also fire resistant. That's why it's used in Tesla batteries, deep sea frickin' piping cable insulation and stuff. And it does not need to be thick, but you can feel it. Apparently it locks in the temperature you have when you put it on and creates like a bubble. We're gonna talk about how this has worked in just a minute, but first let's talk about the style. As you can see, we have a technical parka or insulated urban shell category jacket here. It's mid-thigh length, also called long line or an extended length, which is longer than a standard jacket. This length usually is slimming on the body and adds weather protection down below the waist. It's got a straight, relaxed silhouette, no visible clinching or belt or aggressive taper, and the matte black low sheen finish avoids the trash bag or ski shell look, reading as utilitarian or refined. It's got an elevated, sleek, sort of minimalist, tech, future-y sort of vibe without being too much. It's actually kind of understated. We're gonna talk about the materials. The stretchiness and the capability of real movement in this thing is incredible. Also the fact that I don't need a layer underneath this at all. But we've got mid-thigh, which I think elevates the look a little bit, right? You're a little bit more like maybe you might be a lawyer. Longer jacket plus briefcase means you can help my mom get out of her parking ticket. So this is a size medium. I am about 5'10", 190 pounds, okay? Not that big of a dude. This is a medium. I feel a little bit of spaciousness in the chest, but I welcome it. Super strong build quality on this thing. I'm gonna talk about the pocketing and these materials in just a second, but first, this episode is brought to you by Studio Neat. Studio Neat make my favorite pen. This is the Mark I pen. It is by far my favorite pen. It's just a little bit fatter, tiniest bit. There's no logo or anything. Perfect mechanical click. All metal, so it'll be clicking it like long after you're gone, right? They also make the Mark II, which is the perfect pocket pen. Look how classy this little thing is. I just love the sound that it makes. And then you've got the Keen, which is a perfect little box opener that has a magnetic spring attached slip like this. It also has magnetic back plate to replace your blades. And then you put this right on that garage rail in your garage. Behind there, nobody knows about it. You reach back every now and again, protect your daughter from a boyfriend, or just open your Amazon boxes. But what I'm living with most right now are their notebooks. This is the Tote Book Mini. I, though, am using their Keep Book, which is the best notebook I've seen in a while. When you use some of my Lynks, it puts food on my table for my kids. Don't you want to put food on the table for the kids? Shout out to Studio Neat for supporting independent creators. The materials that they're using in this thing are super, lovely. You kind of have to feel it to believe it. For example, look at the stretchy stuff that they have here on the wrist. Okay, inside, a very cool, sweet little frickin', this wrist thing looks great. You can just barely see like maximum 1/4 of an inch of this thing, but this you notice every time you put it on. Also, inside of your pockets, you've got this stretchy liner material. You can't see it. It's all just inside of this thing and then inside of this. But you can feel it with your hands. It feels great. I mean, it's one of the first things I noticed was the wrist thing and this thing, and I was like, oh, dude, we are cooking with gas. 100% water and windproof shell. All right, inside of here, the seams are fully taped. You've got 4-way stretch on this material, and even the insulation itself, you can feel that thicker, denser, gel-like layer in there. and it's got some stretch to it. This liner material is excellent. Notice this little gusset here that keeps wind from moving up your back. This is a stretchy, kind of a dry feeling. I absolutely love it. Different material than they have over here in the sleeve, which is a simple polyester, very thin and lightweight. Also, notice these YKK zippers with the paracord zip pull and some heat shrink on the knot there. Nice and subtle with a little outdoorsy kind of details. I also like the main zipper here, which is a YKK injection molded, which I like because they move so easily. But notice the detail on top zipper, longer zip pull than the bottom one because you're using the top zipper a heck of a lot more. Kind of a matte, subtle look on the exterior, right? Sort of light absorptive. The density of that aerogel you're gonna feel. We're gonna talk about the weight of it here in a second. Materials wise, when you get this, because this jacket's a bit of an investment, right? When you get this, you'll be like, haha, right. You've never felt anything like it. Pocketing here, you've got an internal zipper compartment right here, big and like big enough for probably, you know, a kind of tablet or e-reader. On this side, you have these like top-down little floppers that go down, you know, a little bit shorter than my hand. This right here, and then it's segmented into two compartments. This one's kind of like a pen compartment. On the front, you've got two bottom pockets. That's where I felt that stretchy mesh on the inside for the first time. And two top pockets, which I'm so glad are there. Because this just feels, it's like that pea coat thing, that navy pea coat thing. This actually, arm-wise, you're sitting outside, you're on a stakeout, you know what I mean? Like what's going on in that house, go away from the leaf. You're just chilling like this. You know, standard Thursday type of stuff for you, probably stakeout type of thing. That's why I'm glad. It's a stakeout jacket. Anyways, Kate, then you have the hood, which has a little bit of that aerogel here in the top, not on the sides. It's breathable here on the sides. You can feel there's a cable here somewhere, right here. Pull this down and you can suck yourself up against the wind. Another stakeout thing. Okay, on the insulation, one really interesting point here is you actually put this on. They recommend that you put it on before you go outside. Okay? Not that we wouldn't normally, but one time I left it in my car. It was really cold. We had a cold snap here in Austin. It's like 40 degrees. Left it in my car, pulled it out and put it on. It stayed colder for longer than your typical insulation. It keeps that bubble around you really well. I do not understand how thin this is. By the way, most of the sweatiness on this thing for me, is just around the arms because of that nylon on the arms. Kind of wish there was a drier material in there. But I cannot understand how good this is at insulation for how thin it is. It feels like it's insulating the same quality as one of those really big down puffy jackets, big ones, right? But it's 3 millimeters of insulation and then some layers of material on either side. Really great material. Again, like just the feeling of this little flopper right here, this kind of subtle stretchiness is probably the same stuff that's on the, yeah, it is. That's on the wrist here. So one of the benefits of this jacket is you've got one layer and you're done. By the way, nice little Oros, like super minimal. This is the kind of jacket that they're gonna wear when we go to Mars. But one layer of insulation and then that's all you need. By the way, notice this elbow pad. Can you see that here? Little bit of extra material here. What the one and done thing is great for is you don't have to bring very much. Like you can wear a merino wool shirt and just this, you're ready for whatever. It gets too warm, you just unzip it. You take it off occasionally. But the challenge with that is you are carrying around a pretty big jacket, okay? Pretty big, even though it's so thin, because there is some material, but more than that, a density. You can throw this into your carry-on. This thing plus a sweater, you're definitely too warm. This is like you're going cold places. This is like you live in Boston or Minnesota, right? The Dakotas. This is freaking rad for that. For travel, for me, you do notice this density, this heft, this weight Just under 3 pounds. Okay, so just under 3 pounds. So you slap this onto your backpack as you're cruising, or you drape it over your roller bag as you go. Not the best in the world at that. Is the best in the world at your one and done kind of one and done, and then you can take on anything kind of thing, right? So it is an investment, but especially if you live in wintry places or you go there regularly enough, well worth it in my opinion if you want to have like the warmest, thinnest jacket out there. I think that the style, the sleekness, the techiness is just right. It does not go too far. It doesn't look like it's like, you know, fashion show from the future. It's kind of normal, but also elevated. And then the performance, if you're in any sort of cold situations at all, is off the charts. Like, it's really good. Then you pair that with how quality all the materials feel. I'm talking about just to your hands. Just as you're putting it on, as you're playing with it, as you're like walking out the door with it. Every single time I put this on, my hands go in here and I feel that stretchiness. Every single time I feel that like that elastic quality of the wrist thing. You know, I really like the way that these sleeves look. So you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot just from a like style tech materials point of view. Then you add on this aerogel insulation where it's the thinnest, lightest, blah, blah, blah. The truth is it just performs really well in the cold. Like really well. They have other jackets. They have like a smaller, they have a sweater that has the aerogel in it, like a hoodie. They have beanies. I'm very impressed. I've never heard of these guys before. I had never heard of aerogel. I know that LL Bean and some others have been making similar style insulation with aerogel type stuff in it. However, what I've learned about those is they're just kind of mixing in aerogel with their previous synthetic insulation. This feels very different. I watched some videos on some other aerogel products, and this just feels and looks very different than what I've seen in those other videos. So that's my take. I mean, I think you could be fucking Duluth AF in this thing. I think you could ride your snowmobile and snowboard in this thing. I think you could, you know, get my mom out of her parking ticket with this thing. This is just an epic sort of techie version of those long wool coats. Shout out to Oros for working with me on this video. Shout out to Studio Neat. Get yourself a pen or a notebook that you're gonna love, like you're gonna love to write in. Write in your notebook. You got stuff you're thinking about, you know? Links below to everything. Doing some men's retreats. Link below about that. You're interested in getting together, freaking getting deep, get writing in our journals, but also talking about our shit. Check that out, matterful.co/men. All right, that's it. Find care, take care, serve hard, dig in. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Bye.